Well, hello, my YouTube friend. Today, let's make a controversial video. It's been a while now that I wanted to do this video, but for some reason, I delayed it. I said controversial because of the maker, who is Moon, as you probably have gathered already. And the video stands not for the controversy, actually, but to speak about that knife. And some of controversy. So, what do we have here? We have a splendid knife. First, I wanted to introduce that video with that. I am absolutely pleased with that knife. I mean, we're going to talk about that. Minor discrepancies there. But overall, the build is absolutely excellent. So, yeah, the controversy comes to the fact that Moon, he started a couple of years, I don't know, ago as a pimper. I mean, he was doing he was doing some pimping jobs, and then he started to become his own business as a knife maker. There were some issues along the road with the build that was more than critical. I mean, the first build really caused some troubles. A lot of people had to send back their knives to the maker, and that was one point of trouble. Then the problem of the communication. Will, for a long time, was a really poor communicator. I don't even know if it's English, but whatever. He had a real poor communication and customer service. And that was the second issue. But, the guy, he's humanly a kind guy, and artistically and technically a great maker, I'm telling you. So he improved his skills in the knife making and made way better along the road, way better knives as time went by. Then he improved his communication also, and went better also. So he tried, to correct the problems, the issues that he had at the beginning. And in my humble opinion, I think that he succeeded. He succeeded because now he's producing knives regularly. It's not only renderings. I mean, you see knives there. You can buy knives from him. And those knives are just excellent. So please, cut him some slack. If you want to do me a favor, judge him now by what he can do, which is those knives that are impeccable, and we're going to talk about that now. Yeah, judge the man about what he became and not what he was. I mean, in United States, I know that you give a lot of people, the second chance. This guy most certainly deserves a second chance because he's, again, he has the two now main skills that are needed to be a good maker, which is that is skilled, okay, technically, and again he became a good person in communication and provide a good customer service. So let's talk about these knives. What I have in hand is the newer generation, and actually he's always improved his knives, so some minor flaws that are on this one that are improved on the later version. So here is an MK10 Elite. So he has a lot of names about his knives. So basically the design is for the MK10 always the same design on the handle and the blade, but you're gonna have a lot of variations on the material, on the blade shape, on the finish of the blade and everything. That's infinite, so check his website. Regularly, I would say that the price of the high-end finish of like this one is a tad over $1,000, which is very well deserved if you consider the price of the usual knife, the custom knives, and again, the extreme quality that we have here. So look at that. We have here, first of all, a design. The design is just sublime. I absolutely adore concealed blade, but concealed, when it's like that, even with the scale here. That is something that I adore. Let's address the point that I don't like first. What I don't like is what was described from the start is the discrepancy between the blade length here and the handle. I mean, there is plenty of room to add some length on the blade or to make it smaller if you want to make it smaller. But this is something that I don't understand, this discrepancy. But look at that. When it's open, you know, I'm losing the angle. It's not shocking. You see, it's there is a balance here, no doubt about it. So you cannot tell that the scale length is ridiculous compared to the blade. The scale length, yeah, it's really, no, you cannot tell, you know, it's really, yeah, balanced, I would say. And look at this design, man. I mean, I absolutely love this line. It's aggressive. It's, man, it's just beautiful. I mean, just open your eyes and just forget about the fact that it's done by Will Moon and look at this line. Oh, man. Should any other renowned knife maker do a knife like that, everyone would scream the quality of the knife. So yeah, the line is just sublime. The ergos are fantastic. I mean, no hot spot on this knife. The choil here and the guard is excellent. You have plenty of room for any kind of hand, believe me. And it's a straight, you know, design here on the handle. And again, as I said, no hot spot because the clip here is absolutely no bothering. So yeah, you can grab it really well. Look at this jimping here. One of the best jimping I've ever seen. You know, really a lot of traction here. Just an excellent jimping. So yeah, the design is excellent. Let's continue because I see already that it's erratic. So let's continue with the scale. Here on the scale, look at the finish. Here he went with a satin, beautiful satin hand rubbed on the scale. The same on the other side. Really nicely done. Look at that. It's just a precise work. And then you have the anodization. And this green anodization, you know, you don't find that really often, you know. And it's really an even anodization, most definitely chemical, very, very nice. Then you have this backspacer in black G10, very nicely done also, even with the scale, to the exception of here. A little gap here, but nothing crazy. Overall, really even, look at that. Almost seamless everywhere. Some jimping here, not a lot of use, but whatever. And here you have, you know, the cut to put a lanyard here on the backspacer, which is, to me, something that I adore because I hate holes. For those of you who know me, I absolutely hate holes on scales. So this is nice to put a lanyard. So for those of you who like that. Really nice. Then we have those inlays, which are totally different depending on the knife and interchangeable. So he also provided me with another set of scale in Texalium, but this is the scale. I mean, I cannot get rid of that one. It's Jade G10, and man, do I hate G10 usually on a custom, but this Jade G10 is just absolutely brilliant, and it goes so very well with the green, because it has some green in it. I mean, the color is green. And yeah, it goes really well with the anodization. And here he added those dots here, which is just insane because, first of all, it's beautiful, but it gives you some grip that is really needed because here it's slick and that's slippery as you cannot imagine. So this gives you a really nice grip in hand. So that's very, very clever and very nicely done. All the junction here are seamless, beautifully executed. And if you take off the scale to change it, you will see that underneath he added some jeweling that you see here also. I mean, he's doing jeweling everywhere. That's an excellent. From every point of view, this knife will be beautiful. Look at the jeweling. And the reflection of the jeweling is just splendid with a great light. This is just splendid. Also some moon glows inside the backspacer and here. Beautiful. So I'm not going to do the demo, but I'm telling you that it works perfectly well. So the same scale on the other side. The clip is not my favorite. That's the second point of, it's not a discrepancy, but the design-wise, it's okay. But, you know, it's not going to be a real deep carry in the pocket. But it's functional, but it's not my favorite feature. Something that I would change probably would be the clip, but you know, it's just a matter of taste. So needless to say that it's pointless to discuss about that. So yeah, very, very nice scale, very nice design. Now the blade, look at that. Look at this beautiful blade. Really nicely done, a tanto, with this hand-rubbed finish. Nice hollow grind. I love the signature by hand. It's very delicate and very, very refined, I would say. Very refined. The signature itself says a lot about him, you know. So yeah, beautiful design and really nicely executed. No complaint about that. Just brilliantly done. The action, it's a flipper. So look at that. Boom. It flies open. Flies open. You know what? Come to think of it, I don't know if it's on bearings. Yeah, probably on bearing. I don't see that through the lens of the camera. For some reason, I didn't took the time to verify that, and I'm sorry about that. But I would say it's probably on bearings. I don't know. Whatever. The engagement, very early and very secured. So here is something that also he corrected. Here, there is a hot spot when you want to disengage, but now he did some kind of a cut here in order to relieve, you know, the hot spot here. But anyway, you know, you look at that. I mean, you can disengage it very well. The detent is crazy. The action, yeah, is splendid. So, yeah, I wouldn't say that, to me, it's not really a bother. You feel here the edge, but you won't be cut or yeah, it's perfectible. And actually, as a matter of fact, he perfected it. So it's pointless to discuss about that on this one because that's corrected. Here also the scale, yeah, I would call that a bolster lock, you know. The scale also works as a lock bar stop, you know, boom, tuck. It provides from the over travel. So that's really neat also. Yeah, overall the design I would say is just splendid. The blade is crazy sharp. Yeah, very, very beautiful knife. Luckily, you have the possibility to watch this video in HD, I think. And as I always said, you, my friend, have eyes to see, and you don't need, you know, to take my word for granted. Just look at that. I mean, just look at the way this knife looks. Look at the action. Look at the material. Look at the finish, the extremely well done finish. Look at that. What can you say about that except that it's a very well done knife? So, as I said, I think that this guy, through the lens of this knife and all the other that you can see on Instagram and on Facebook, this guy most definitely deserves that you consider his work and forget about the past. For those of you who can do that, I definitely can. Oh man, look at this tolerance. The thickness of this blade is incredible, and look at the tolerance. There is not a lot of room, I'm telling you, between the scales here and the blade, which is humongous, and also something that I adore, it's rounded here. Very nice. I hate when it's squared, you know, for custom. And that's also a nice touch that I love about this knife. What more can I say? Not much more. I think that mainly I've said whatever I needed to say about this knife, and you got my point. So for those of you who want to get some knives from Moon, that would be most definitely an advice that I can make. And on that note, I will leave it at that and catch you very soon for another video. Bye-bye, my friends.